Hey guys, welcome back to part 5 of Ultimate Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I'm going to just jump right into it. Here we go. Brooklyn Visions Academy. Here Genki saying, I have the thing that's going to make you the most popular superhero in the world. We see Miles reading the book, having his attention caught by Genki. Did you hear what I just said, Miles? What? Miles responds. I'm serious. I got it. It came to me like a lightning bolt from heaven. I know exactly how to make you the coolest, most powerful superhero, popular superhero, like since Tony Stark. Genki, what about me makes you think I'm trying to be the best, the most popular? Sure you are, Genki responds. Why wouldn't you be? Okay, what is it? You ready? Tell me. Okay, so every time you hit a guy or have a hero moment, you yell out this thing. What thing? That's the thing. You yell out anything you want. What? Miles responds. You yell out like Yahtzee, Yahtzee, Shampoo, Charles Barkley. Are you using Charles Barkley? Miles questions. Yeah, you yell out these random awesome things. And how will this make me the most awesome, famous superhero in the world? Because you always yell out something random and different, and people will be like, what's he going to say next? It could be like a thing, like a viral thing. People will collect all the clips and stuff of you saying like Coward, Led Zeppelin, Tenacious D, Dazzler, Sacagawea. Okay, well, thanks for that. James Brown, Genki continues. Roman Burger, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Miles interrupts. Study. No, see, that's not a good one. You need to be so random that people couldn't even guess what you were going to study. Miles repeats. I told you we're not going to study until you show me and show them to me. Miles thinks over Genki's request. Okay, lock the door. By locking the door, they mean barricading the door. And Miles pulls out Peter's old web shooters that Aunt May gave him. Wow, Genki says. Right? The web shooters. And his aunt just gave them to you? Yep. And these were his? These were the actual ones he wore? He invented them. How do you do that? I think you might have been some kind of a genius, Miles says. And what's this? Yankee looking at a piece of paper with a lot of formulas on it. The secret web fluid formula. So we have to make more? Genki asks. When this runs out, uh-oh, I was hoping that's where you would come in. Me? Genki's asking to shoot off some web. You're the smart one, Miles says. I mean, I can't. If you, Miles says, if you can make a Death Star out of Legos using your own designs, you see the web that Genki shot is stuck to the ceiling now. Yeah, Genki says, but chemistry. Then he shoots off another web. He says, oops. Then he hears someone knocking at the door. Hey, why won't this door open? Miles and Genki have that look like they know they're in trouble now, as all the webs they've been shooting off are dangling from the ceiling. What are you two doing now? This man opens the door and peeps in. Dude, I was changing. Privacy? I told you not to lock this door. I got to have some privacy, dude. I am not your dude, Miles. I've got to have some privacy, Mr. Dorm Monitor. Okay then. 15. Lights out in 15. Okay. Genki and Miles both say. As the door closes, they both look at each other. And they look at the ceiling. And they see the hole that was made from the webbing that they ripped down. That stuff is strong, Genki says. For real. And we have to make more. I gotta have my webs, man. I'm Spider-Man. Later that day, Miles is walking home from school, and he stops to see police cars parked outside his house. He runs up to the door and stops to see an officer right outside of his apartment, I think. You the kid? You Miles? Yeah. Kid's here. They're waiting. There he is. Come over here, Miles. Everything's okay, his mother says, as his living room is filled with 3 officers and a detective, as his parents sit on the couch. What's going on, Mom? It's okay. We're okay. The police are here to talk to us about Uncle Aaron. You must be Miles, the detective says. Young man, I'm Detective Maria Hill, Homicide Division. I understand you were rather close with your uncle. Kind of. If just then his dad chimes in. If I live to be 1,000, I don't understand why we have to involve an innocent young boy in all this nonsense. Sir, Maria Hill says, this is a very serious investigation, and though you may not don't see the logic, I assure you, there is a very Justin that interrupts. Oh, don't talk me up. Just get on with it. Maria gets on with it. Were you close with your uncle? Kind of. It's a yes or no question. Actually, Miles says, it isn't. Me and my uncle used to hang out, but my dad didn't like it. My dad sat me down kind of recently and told me that my uncle was kind of a bad guy. Maria Hill starts writing notes. What did he say your uncle did? He just said that he never grew up, and that's why he and my dad didn't talk so much anymore. His dad responds with, which is exactly what I just done told you. Jefferson, please let her do her job. Miles' mom says, I just don't like our child being dragged into this. He's too young. Did you find out who killed him? Miles asked. Spider-Man killed him, boy. That's not necessarily true, Maria says. What? This shocks Miles. Your uncle had stolen some technology that he didn't know how to use. And according to the coroner's report, the tech was broken and backfired on him. That's what killed him. So it wasn't Spider-Man? Uncle Aaron accidentally killed himself? Rio says we're still investigating. Someone should like tell the news that it wasn't him. Spider Dad interrupts with, well, my 13-year-old son doesn't know anything about any of this, and he doesn't need to know what you're telling him. Filling his mind up with nonsense. Maria Hill goes on in extreme rants and says, Sir, your brother, the Prowler, was a master thief. For years, he had a very specific agenda and a very specific modus operandi. He knew exactly how far to push situations, and he knew exactly how to dance between the raindrops of our legal system. So for him to all of a sudden decide to announce his candidacy to be the kingpin of New York, it just doesn't make sense. He wasn't a kingpin kind of guy. So the question is, why now? Why all of a sudden does the master thief think himself a godfather? She asks Miles this next question. What happened in his life that changed his opinion of himself that much? Miles just wonders. Has a look that he realizes it might have been him. Maria explains some more. See, sir, I am ex-shield, which makes me an expert in this kind of case, and I'm telling you, none of it makes sense. First, Spider-Man and your brother are teaming up and muscling the mob. Then they're fighting in the street, and one of them dies. And being that your son is one of the very few civilians to have any contact with the Prowler, let alone spend any sort of quality time with the man, observe something that I could then follow through with. So, Miles, did you see or hear anything? Did your uncle say anything to you about anything? Miles thinks back to Uncle Aaron's last words. You are just like me. Can you think of anything that changed in your uncle's life to so drastically change his ambitions? Miles remained silent, still recalling his words. Just like me. Finally, Miles answers, no. Like I said, my dad told me not to hang around him anymore. Maria Hill does not look convinced, but she responds with, well, I guess we're done here. Again, I'm sorry for the intrusion. Dad responds with, it's just, you get where I'm coming from. I get it. You're the dad. What's more important than your boy? Later that day, Genki's hugging Miles, saying, dude, that's huge. Miles feels embarrassed and says, stop hugging me. Then we see that they're in a library. Miles says, I got an iPad, so yeah. Dude, you're off the hook. That's huge. I knew you didn't kill no one. Shush. I'm whispering. Well then whisper more in a whisper, Miles says. This is a huge relief. You're not a murderer. You're even an accidental murderer. And I get credit for saying I knew there was no way. Miles says, now all I have to worry about is the fact that everyone on the planet thinks I did. An announcement comes over the speaker saying, all students, all classes, please report to the auditorium for an important announcement. Announcement? Genki says. Well, won't the police tell the world you didn't do anything wrong? Why would they bother? Miles says. Because you didn't do anything wrong. I'm just some guy in a mask who was helping the Prowler rough up monsters. What do they care? What do they care what the world thinks of me? Genki says, Captain America cares. Yeah, he really cares. He does. He said he'd train you. Except, where is he? Didn't he say he'd train you? He kinda said he would, but considering the whole world's gone nuts, so I think he has his hands full, so you should call him. Call him now. He didn't give you a number? A number? No. What, huh? I should be out there helping the world not fall apart. You should be. But you're going to have to wait till after school. There is that. There is that. But what is this? Miles and Genki looks on to see the auditorium filled with people and the principal speaking in the middle. Students, as I am sure you are aware, our country has been struggling and some say on the verge of collapse. While we here at Brooklyn Divisions Academy have tried to go on about our daily business as usual, we were all aware that at any moment the city would let us know when they thought holding classes would no longer be in your best interest. So, this is not a drill or a test. As of noon today, the school will be closing until such time as the city tells us it is safe to open again. We are in the process of informing your parents, and they will be picking you up or sending you instructions on how to get home. I need you to go back to your dorms, pack whatever you need in a nice, quiet, polite, and orderly fashion. We will let you know when we are back to business as usual. But for now, the first order of business is to stay safe. Miles says to himself, wow, this is good news. Genki's like, for who? As they're packing their things in the dorm, Miles says, I don't mean the world coming to an end is good. I mean, I can go be Spider-Man. I can go help out. You should join the Ultimates, Genki says. What? You wanted to be trained by Captain America. With both of your parents working day and night and no school, you can totally do it. You're nuts. You can go right up to him and tell him you're ready to join. You will respect the blank out of you. Join the Ultimates. Miles contemplates about it. Be a part of it, Genki says. They need you. The world is going nuts. The world is going nuts, Miles says. They need an extra set of super hands. And remember, Zachariah. And here we Miles is in his costume, swinging through the city. Worse than rain, drizzle. Drizzle and this costume do not mix. Can't I have just one cool wahoo booyah hero moment? Can't I just once fly through the air with the greatest of something? Go join the Ultimates. Genki is whacked out of his head. I can't believe I'm even doing this. Yet, here living in my little dorm room and worrying about my little spider problems. I didn't even notice how screwed up everything is now. Miles looks out and he sees the city metaphorically on fire as the sun is setting. And he sees helicarriers, planes in the air. Genki is right. I gotta do something. Okay, there's the world famous home of the Ultimates. The biggest, baddest superheroes in the world. But how do I get there exactly? It's not like I have a boat he looks up and he sees helicopters flying over him. And he shoots out a web to attach to one of them. Okay, let's try. And he takes off when he is terrified. What was I thinking? He gets to the helicarrier though, and he lands pretty roughly. Whoa. Sliding right across the window of one of the SHIELD offices. Whoa. Sorry everyone. I just wanted to. We have a breach. He put his hands up and just says, comrades, all of them saying, whoa, hey, come on. I just yow. He shoots them with their webs, and one of the soldiers says, Prime 1, we have a rooftop breach. He webs all of the soldiers up. Maybe I'll call first next time. Next time I'll just, and he slips and falls. Excuse me, son. He looks up and sees Captain America. Captain America says, what are you doing? Spider-Man says, Spider-Man, reporting for duty, sir. I want to join up. I want to be an ultimate. I'm ready. Captain America just looks on. Alright, that's the end of part 5. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment for any suggestions. Till next one.